Are you feeling stuck trying to land your first cybersecurity role? And do you feel like AI is coming and taking all the jobs? In this video, I'll show you 5 ways that AI will transform cybersecurity by 2027 and how you can use it to your advantage to stay ahead and get a job. Picture hybrid teams of humans and AI working together to revolutionize cybersecurity. Hi, my name's AJ. I've been in cybersecurity for the last 9 years, and on this channel, I teach all things cybersecurity for beginners. So let's get into it. Before we dive into it then, I just wanted to say if you want to get access to a free cybersecurity strategy call, so it's a call with myself where we'll go through step by step what you need to do to land your first job. I'll also reveal the plan that I used and I've used to help others land a cybersecurity job without any experience, and now how you can also use AI to land that first cybersecurity job. So link is in the description. Have a look to see if you qualify for one of those free strategy calls. So thank you. So first of all then, AI is going to be automating repetitive SOC analyst tasks or cybersecurity analyst tasks. Now, this is something that is already happening now and something that I'm even working on in the Security Operations Center that I'm working in. So if you imagine a SIEM then, so that stands for Security Information Event Management Tool. This is a tool that all cybersecurity analysts are using in some shape or form. Now, a very popular one is Elastic. And if you imagine a network has devices, so servers, laptops, firewalls, etc. They send their logs to the SIEM. That SIEM could be Elastic. Then Elastic has a set of correlation rules, which what they're doing is looking for malicious activity in these logs. If it detects malicious activity, it'll generate an alert to you as the cybersecurity analyst to review, and where then it'll be up to you then to either escalate it as an active cyber attack or incident, or close it out as a false positive, which means that the rule fired incorrectly and trying to improve the rule. Now, that used to be the old way of doing it. Now, with the introduction of tools like Tines, which are workflow automation tools and AI integrated tools, these are being integrated into different parts of the Security Operations Center and different processes in the Security Operations Center. So improving how analysts can actually review and analyze alerts by providing summaries to those alerts prior for them to be triaged by the analyst. Some of them are even doing the triage themselves. Also looking to improve the rule as well. So if there's a rule issue, Tines, for example, you can have a workflow there that when the alert is marked as a false positive, it could review the log and it could review the rule to help you understand why that was a false positive. So this is where these SOC analyst tasks usually were done by human analysts and now being moved to be done by workflow automation tools and AI tools like Tines. So continuing on with the repetitive SOC analyst tasks, this is an example in Elastic of a Tines workflow. So you can see in here, it'll create a case, send an alert message to Slack. It'll automatically do the IP lookup in a tool called Grey Noise. So these processes and steps used to be done by a cybersecurity analyst. Like I myself would have been looking up the IP reputation, for example, when I'm doing my analysis, checking if it's malicious, and then actually performing the block on a firewall. Well, these things are now being done by these workflow automation tools. And there's a very good article here which explains more about Elastic and Tines, how they're actually partnering to accelerate and automate more of these Security Operations Center workflows. And these are the kind of things that companies want from you now. When you're going into a role, or especially a blue team role, you're going to be expected to be able to understand how these workflow automation tools work and even build these workflow automation steps as well and workflows. And this is what can allow you to actually stay ahead. And this is another example then. So this is one that I've actually been trying to work on in the company that I'm working for, and it's actually automating the actual phishing process. So you get a phishing email, it goes into an AI and workflow automation tool, and then it does the email analysis for you before it's actually sent to the analyst. So we get a lot of phishing email reports, and I want to make sure that the work is distributed fairly to the analysts, but we only have a certain amount of analysts. So I want to make sure that the work that they're doing is, of course, interesting and necessary. So this phishing email analyzer can allow that. And I've actually got a link at the end of this video which can show you the phishing email analyzer that I've actually built that I've recorded on this channel as well. So point 2 then, and that is AI for threat hunting. So what we're seeing now is these workflow automation tools are able to gather threat intelligence turn that into actual detection engineering. So this part didn't used to be here. This used to be done by a human. It still very much is, but AI is getting much better at it. So threat intelligence, using open source information to understand the latest attack techniques. When we've got that information, we can feed it into the AI tool. And then the AI tool, even like ChatGPT, Grok, for example, then we can prompt it and say, build detection rules based on the threat intelligence that you've supplied. It'll create those detections. It'll then actually create the detection rules. So Microsoft Sentinel is another SIEM tool the cybersecurity analysts use. And it can actually then create the detection rule and actually give us that detection rule for the analyst to run to actually then perform threat hunting, which is actively looking for threats in the network, using the threat intelligence to guide us so that we're only analyzing the events and the intelligence related to the industry that we're in. So if we know threat actors are targeting finance-based companies or maybe medical-based companies, we want to understand what techniques they're using and then use threat hunting to search for those techniques. So AI is actually helping us speed up this process, where we're actually being able to create a kind of semi-automated threat hunting process. So intelligence becomes detections, becomes SIEM queries, becomes threat hunting. So this is what the process was before, but now we're using AI tools, even workflow automation tools like Tines, to speed this process up and actually have a kind of semi-automated threat hunting process, which normally would have been done solely by cybersecurity analysts. So there is quite a good tool called SOC Prime. So they've got this tool called Attack Detective. I'm not affiliated with any of these. I've not actually used the tool myself, but I have gone through a lot of the videos that they have on offer, and it does look really interesting. So what they will do is, just like I mentioned, gather the threat intelligence, kind of semi-automate the threat hunting process using artificial intelligence to actually build out the queries themselves. So again, this is a very good tool that is kind of being developed for your more semi-automated and advanced threat hunting. But again, this is another process that is going to be semi-automated. You're still going to have the cybersecurity analyst probably actually performing the threat hunting or even reviewing the results, but it's one of the changes that is coming, and I'm seeing it on a daily basis in my job. So point 3 then is actually security architects are going to need to become AI guardians. So implementing these AI tools like your Tines workflows and your ChatGPT, different parts of the business and into certain security operations center processes is all well and good, but if we don't secure them, we're just going to end up in the same place that we were before, which is getting compromised by new technology. And this is already happening now. So you might think AI is going to come in and take all of these jobs. Well, the thing is, it's going to create new jobs, because as these new technologies come in, the security architects, security professionals are going to need to know how to protect them. So MITRE, they've got this attack framework called Atlas, which helps us understand how attackers are actually attacking tools and AI-based tools. So by understanding the steps, so this is showing the steps that an attacker will take when they're trying to compromise a machine learning model or a machine learning or AI system, and then it gives the techniques of what they'll attempt to do to actually achieve that step. So for example, reconnaissance, they'll search victim-owned websites, for example, and they'll go through each step of this attack framework to actually achieve their objectives of compromising that LLM tool. So things like LLM prompt injection, jailbreaking, these kind of steps that attackers are actively taking now. So it's going to be important for us as cybersecurity professionals to learn how to actually defend against this. If you're going into an interview, you're going to want to be able to talk about these different types of LLM-based attacks, how you think you would actually defend against them, because this, again, is what's going to help you stay ahead. Point 4 then is actually we're going to see streamlining of GRC with AI compliance agents. So GRC is the kind of government's risk and compliance aspect of cybersecurity, and it seems like they will obviously be affected by GRC. It's not an area that I work into, but the research that I've read into, it seems like what we're going to move away from is more of kind of the manual checklist to overseeing AI-driven compliance scans. So you'll have your compliance scans, which will produce findings that need to be resolved, any issues, any vulnerabilities. That could then be fed into an AI agent, and the AI agent then could actually take actions on those compliance issues and look to resolve them. So this likely is being built out at the moment. I still think there will be human interaction into taking actions on the specific issues, maybe specific vulnerabilities, but it's easy to see how you can replace certain human manual tasks with these AI agents, and I'm pretty sure that GRC and GRC professionals are looking into this in a way that they can stay ahead. And I can already think of one way to stay ahead. It would be to actually be able to manage and build these AI agents in order to perform these processes. And it's also going to be important in GRC to understand how these AI agents and LLM tools can actually be compromised using something like the MITRE ATT&CK framework and other compliance standards, which are no doubt going to come in as these tools get integrated more into companies. They're going to have these compliance checks. Auditors are going to come into the companies and try to understand how they're actually auditing AI agents, and then that's going to be expected from the GRC style analyst or the GRC style role to be able to comply with that audit and understand how to actually secure these AI tools. So finally then, point 5, AI is now going to create these hybrid human AI tools. So this was kind of the traditional way where you'd have a SOC manager who would be under, then there would be some team leads underneath, followed by a team of analysts and often engineers then to actually analyze the alerts that come into a security operations center and then actually engineer a lot of the tools that the analysts are using. Now, I'm already seeing this changing. So I work as a senior cybersecurity analyst, and what I'm seeing is more like this. So a SOC manager, you have maybe somebody who's going to be more of an AI team lead, where they're not only going to be managing the human analysts and the human engineers, but they're also going to be managing AI agent analysts as well, who are going to be taking level 1 and level 2 decisions. And I mentioned at the start of the video that this is going to be coming by 2027. Well, this is already coming now. Over the last 1 to 2 years, I've seen certain aspects of my security operations center and cybersecurity analyst role incorporate a lot of these AI tools. But by 2027, I'm sure this is going to develop much, much further. So what I'm also seeing as well, the human analyst like myself is building out AI agent threat hunters, like I mentioned already, AI agent email analyzers that we've gone through already, and of course AI agents for threat intelligence. So the human analyst is going to have more tools at their fingertips. They're going to be doing less repetitive tasks, and I think actually more interesting work. I don't think this is going to take over the actual human analyst anytime soon, and I continue to think that the human analyst will always be needed at some point to take specific actions, to actually manage incidents and perform incident response. There's many different areas that the human analyst, I think, will be better. Currently, I'm sure that will change, but at the moment, this is where I'm seeing that the actual security operations center and kind of blue team analyst areas going into. You can even see it with engineers. They're going to get AI agents for detection engineering, like we spoke about. They'll even build AI agents for monitoring the SIEM and performing health checks. A lot of this is starting to come through now, and I'm seeing this on a daily basis. And this part here, the AI agent analysts are taking level 1 and level 2 decisions. So this is where I think the lower level analyst roles will get automated out, which I think is actually a good thing, because they're not as interesting as was once they might have been previously. And the level 4 and the more senior analyst role is where you want to get to. Obviously, this might make it more difficult for junior positions to open up, but that's why if you present yourself as somebody who is not a junior by understanding these AI tools, how they affect security operations centers, these are the type of ways that you can help yourself stand out. And like I mentioned, if you want to jump on a call with myself, we can run through a free strategy plan with you, link in the description, and I can also talk through more into this about how to use AI to help you land that cybersecurity job. So hybrid roles are here. They're only going to develop further, where these AI team leads are going to be managing a mixture of human and AI-based agent analysts and even engineers. I actually think it's a good thing. It's going to create more opportunities, and I now think that it's possible to use this information to stay ahead of other cybersecurity professionals who aren't actually staying up to date. And I know of actually somebody that was let go from a team who didn't have this knowledge and was actually replaced by people who did. So that's something to keep in your mind, that even as a beginner, you could actually stand out from the cybersecurity professionals who say have 5 to 6 years worth of experience but don't know this stuff. So to conclude then, you now know 5 ways that AI is coming to transform cybersecurity. We're going to be automating many of these repetitive tasks. We need to understand how to protect these LLM tools so that we can stay ahead as cybersecurity professionals. And we're going to see the integration of hybrid teams where AI team leads are going to be managing human analysts and AI agent analysts as well. Now, if you want to start to get stuck in an AI cybersecurity project, go and watch this video next where I show you how to build your very own AI phishing email analyzer. I want to say thank you for watching. I'll see you over there.